जय श्री माताजी। उपस्थित सहयोगी भाई बहनों का सुबह के सामूहिक ध्यान सत्र में स्वागत है। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी को हम प्रणाम करेंगे और सामूहिक बंधन लेंगे। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी से हम ध्यान की अनुमति मांगते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माताजी, कृपा कर आज के सामूहिक ध्यान में बैठने की अनुमति आप हमें प्रदान करें। श्री माताजी, कृपा करके आप ही हमसे आज सुबह का ध्यान करवा लीजिए। 3 महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र।
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महामाया
हमारा राइट हैंड भूमि माता पे रखेंगे। हमारा संपूर्ण चित्त हमारे ईटा नाड़ी पर। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमारी ईड़ा नाड़ी को शुद्ध कर हमें शुद्ध इच्छा शक्ति प्रदान कीजिए। हमारा राइट हैंड गोद में और लेफ्ट हैंड आकाश की ओर। हमारा संपूर्ण चित्त पिंगला नाड़ी पर। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमारी पिंगला नाड़ी को शुद्ध कर हमें शुद्ध कार्य शक्ति प्रदान कीजिए। श्री माता जी, हमारे भविष्य की सारी चिंताएं आकाश तत्व में विलीन कीजिए। हमारा संपूर्ण चित्त मध्य नाड़ी पर लाते हैं, सुषुम्ना नाड़ी पर लाते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमारी सुषुम्ना नाड़ी को शुद्ध कर हमें पूर्ण संतुलन प्रदान कीजिए। श्री माता जी, कृपा कर आज के ध्यान में हमें पूर्ण संतुलन प्रदान कीजिए। हमारा संपूर्ण चित्त मूलाधार चक्र पर लाते हैं। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमें अबोध, पवित्र, निरागस बना दीजिए। श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमें पवित्र बना दीजिए, अबोध बना दीजिए। श्री माता जी, आप ही साक्षात श्री गणेश जी हैं। धीरे से हमारा चित्त स्वादिष्टान चक्र पर लाते हैं। नाभि चक्र पर लाते हैं। भवसागर चक्र पर लाते हैं। हमारा संपूर्ण चित्त हमारे अनाहत चक्र पर लाते हैं। मंत्र लेंगे। श्री दुर्गा माता साक्षात, श्री जगदम्बा साक्षात। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात श्री दुर्गा माता जगदम्बा साक्षात श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। श्री माताजी, हमारे अंदर की सारे भय नष्ट कीजिए। श्री माताजी, हमें निर्भय बना दीजिए। श्री माताजी, कृपा करके हमें निर्भय बना दीजिए। धीरे से हमारा चित्त विशुद्धि पर लाते हैं। आज्ञा चक्र पर लाते हैं। हमारा संपूर्ण चित्त सहस्रार चक्र पर लाते हैं। हमारा राइट हैंड हम हमारे सहस्रार पर रखेंगे। परम पूज्य श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमारे आत्म साक्षात्कार को दृढ़ कर आज के ध्यान में हमें निर्विचारिता प्रदान करें। श्री माता जी, कृपा करके आप हमारे सहस्रार में आइए, हमें पूर्ण निर्विचारिता प्रदान कीजिए। धीरे से हमारा राइट हैंड गोद में, हमारा संपूर्ण चित्त सहस्रार पर ही रहेगा। इसी अवस्था में हम ध्यान में जाएंगे। जय श्री माता जी। अब हम परम पूज्य श्री माता जी की अमृतवाणी आत्मसात करते हैं। आज की अमृतवाणी है श्री योगेश्वरा पूजा, 15 अगस्त 1982, लंदन।
Today is a great day for all of us to be jubilant that the primordial being himself incarnated on this earth as Shri Krishna. So many aspects of his being have been described in so many of my lectures to you. But the greatest and greatest of all the aspects of this primordial being was that he was the Yogeshwara. He was the god of yoga, Yogeshwara. He was the Lord of our union with the divine. Without his permission or without his sanction, we cannot be Sahajayogis. He was Yogeshwara, and a real yogi is a person who gets this Yogeshwara awakened within him. The word yoga that we understand is the union of our attention with the divine. But still we do not realize the implications. What does it mean? What should happen to us? Of course, you get powers. As soon as you become the spirit, you get powers. One of the powers you get is of collective consciousness. That is also the gift of Shri Krishna. And that you start feeling the collectivity. Your ego and superego is sucked in. So you get rid of your karmas and your conditionings. And a new sprouting of the new life for the new age starts. But still, what is the speciality, the greatness of Yogeshwara? Because he is Ishvara for me. He is the Ishvara of all the yogis. What is his capacity? What is his nature? That for him everything is a play, Leela. For Shri Rama, it was not a play. For him, life was a platform on which he had to demonstrate how to lead a very dharmic life as Maryada Purushottam. But Shri Krishna came up to show that he is the Leeladhara, one who plays the Leela, the play. The whole thing is a play. The whole universe is a play. All that is created by Adi Shakti, all these Trigunas is nothing but a play. And that's what he manifested in his own incarnation. But still, what is Yogeshwara? Leeladhara is the one for whom this whole universe is a play, that he is at the axis and for the whole periphery is nothing but a play. Because everything is false. Except for your spirit, everything is false. Is all a joke going on, you can say, a drama going on, nothing so serious. Spirit is the only truth within us. The rest is all untruth. There cannot be many types of truths. In Sanskrit language, there is only truth or untruth, satya or asatya. There are no 10 words for truth. So when this happens, this great happening takes place within you. When you become one with Spirit, you get powers. Without even your maturity reaching that stage, your understanding reaching that stage, and your heart opening out, you get the powers all right to begin with. So that you have faith with open understanding. You should have faith with experience of it. So it starts off. When you start using your powers, you see it is manifesting. You are sometimes amazed how you raise Kundalini of people, how you tie them up, how you give them realization, how you cure people. You are amazed how it has happened. So we can say it's all built in within you, which has started manifesting. But there is so much more that has to still manifest, which has to establish and make you grow. One of the very important points is the Yogeshwara. And that point, we must understand that unless and until you follow the path of Yogeshwara, you cannot establish yourself fully. So Krishna has said that Sarvadharmanam Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. You give up all your relationships. Dharma is relationship. Like your sister, your brother. You see, these have dharmas, like Stri Dharma, a woman's job. Then we can say also there is Rashtra Dharma. Today is the day of India's freedom also. So we have Rashtra Dharma, like we are patriotic people. Patriotism to your own country is Rashtra Dharma. Then you have got Samaj Dharma, that is duty towards your society is Samaj Dharma. Then you have got Pati Dharma, husband's duties, wife's duties, everybody's duties are called as dharmas, because this is what you have to do, you are duty bound. They form your dharmas. But he says, give up all these dharmas, give up all the duties, just surrender yourself fully to me. Sarvadharmanam Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja. Because you have become now the collective being, now you have become one with him, now he looks after your dharmas, he looks after your relationships, he cleanses them, he purifies them. So you just surrender yourself to him fully. He said it to Shri Arjuna only, not to everyone. He didn't say to everyone. They didn't deserve it. Or he didn't think it proper to say to them. But I think you are proper people to know this. So I am telling you that forget every other duty to every other thing, but do your duty to your collective being, to your collectivity. But he is Yogeshwara. That's the main point. And to do duty to him, first and foremost thing is you have to develop that purity of a Yogeshwara. For him, sublimation was not needed. He was sublime. He was the source of sublimation. He did not need sublimation from baser instincts of human beings. He did not need anything to be done to himself, raise himself out of the mire, as I call it. Especially in the West, as you know, we have created a hell for ourselves, real hell. All kinds of perverted ideas are within us. To a Yogeshwara, this is nothing but Maya, absolutely filth. Never comes into his that such things are possible. They are shocking. On his birthday, I would say, if today is his birthday and if he was born as he was at that time, he would have gone back immediately. He would have said, no sorry, I have nothing. Had enough. And that too, if he had met the Western culture, he would have been shocked back. He said, oh God, no, nothing doing. I am not coming here. Despite the times when he was born, where there was dharma, there was people understood what was right, what was wrong, when there was none of these nonsensical things were there, he came as Yogeshwara, pure. The story of his about him is that once his wives wanted to go. To him, what was wives? Nothing. It's just a place. To him, no sin can be attached. He married because he had to marry his 5 principles or the 5 elements. So he made them into women and married them. He had to marry 16,000 women because he had to have 16,000 powers, and he had to channelize them through some body, so they came as women. To him, it was not a relationship of a wife, but a pure relationship. To him, sex had no existence at all. He was beyond it. So no question of temptations and perversion is out of question. The story is that once his 5 wives wanted to go and pray to some saint who had come, a great saint, to their town, but he really stayed across the river. So they wanted to go and worship him, and they found a very good time when they could go and see him. So when they went near the river, they said, it is in Spain, you cannot cross it. It's not the time that you can cross it. So they felt it was very inauspicious if they did not go, and that was such an auspicious time. They wanted to go at that time and worship this Guru. So they went to Krishna and said that now how can we cross? The river is in Spain. He said, really? Doesn't matter. You go and tell the river. That's the river Yamuna river was there. No, not Yamuna, I'm sorry. Tapi river. He said, go and tell the river that if we have a husband who is Shri Krishna, is a Yogeshwara. That means who never indulge into any sex activity with us. Yogeshwara means a person who has never indulged into any sex relationships. That's not possible. One cannot think of such a thing. Means though he indulged, he never indulged in it. Though he was in it, still he was not there. Like a lotus. If he has not indulged into any such action, it's only possible for him, nobody else. That's why he is an incarnation, he is not a human being. Only incarnations can do it. If some human being starts saying that I am Shri Krishna, so I am doing this and I am doing that, like you see, there are many bombastic ones, you must have heard about them. They do not become. It's only an incarnation can do it. That means Yogeshwara is the one who had incarnated. So they went and told the river that if he is the Yogeshwara, then please you subside. And she went down. So they went to the other side, did the puja to the Guru, and they came back. Again the river was in speed, and they could not cross. So they went to the Guru. This is the sign of a good Guru, or a real Guru. Is an incarnated Guru. And they said that, see, we cannot cross, the river is in Spain. So they said, really? How did you come? They said, Sri Krishna asked us that if I am the Yogeshwara, it will go down. You ask the question. So he said, all right, you go and ask the question. That if I am the Mukta, that means if I have eaten all the food you have given me, but I have not enjoyed it, I have not indulged in it, then let the river subside. They went and told the river. I mean, they could not believe it because they had fed him. That whatever food we offered him, if he has not eaten any food, then you subside, and the river subsided. So the moral of the whole thing is that your ideal, again, in this respect is Shri Krishna. Not that you think you are the ideal of the rest. This is the big mistake Sahajayogis do. They think immediately they have become now Shri Krishna. Or they have become something greater. Or that there is an ideal that they have imbibed within themselves. It's not so. That one thing one has to know, that is the ideal you have to reach. And your eye should be towards that ideal, and the movement should be towards that. Before that, if you fall into any such thing like perversions and nonsensical sexual things and all that, you must know that you are falling down very badly. It's a possession that is working on you. That's an ideal, they are incarnations. You are not incarnations, nor you can become incarnations. But they are the light which are enlightening your path on which you are walking. They are taking you to the realm where they are the kings and they are the lords. He is Ishvara. He is your Ishvara. You are not Ishvaras, but you are at least the yogis. We have to be the yogis first, then he is our Ishvara. Otherwise he doesn't want to rule you. So what we have to do is to become the yogis first. And one of the signs of a yogi is that he is in his sex life extremely pure. Absolutely purity must exist. And after some time, one should get beyond it. Your relationships with other people, whether it is your sister or a brother or any other woman or any other man, there should be complete purity. And this is extremely important. Now, in the countries like India, people are extremely corrupt, very corrupt, extremely corrupt. You can give them 5 rupees and you can buy anybody there. very corrupt, money-wise. But people are not so immoral. They know it is immorality. They know. If they do immoral things, they know it is not immoral. In the West, immorality has become a general rule. For them, immorality word should vanish now. It doesn't exist like immorality. Do anything, whatever you like. People don't think of immorality. They don't want to talk of it. It's Victorian. And if somebody says that one should be moral, they start saying he's an hypocrite. They cannot think there can be any connection between human beings and morality in a genuine way. This is big problem we have. It's the biggest problem we have. Now, corruption is something you can avoid, because if you are not corrupt, it's all right, you can be. But immorality is such a thing that if you live in an immoral world, it has effect on everyone. For example, a moral woman is walking on the road and there's a man full of lust and all that looking at her. In any way, she loses her chastity. She doesn't mean to attract him or anything. She doesn't want to lose her chastity. But the way he's looking at her, you see, though her simple methods are there, she may be responsible in a distant way to ruin his chastity, his morality. Even a little child who is a simple innocent child, but if there's a dirty man with dirty eyes, he can have very dirty feelings for the child. So, though of course that person himself is dirty and all that, we can say that child is not affected, but in a way that becomes an object, a sort of a vastu, as you call it, a thing which makes another person even lower than what he is. Even a ordinary picture which has nothing to do is placed there. Any funny thing which is giving some dirty feelings, because these days I have seen so many symbols have started, which to my eye I don't even see there is anything wrong with it. That there is to my eyes I can't see, because I am too innocent. My eyes can't see there's anything wrong. But if somebody who is an expert on these things will immediately say, go look at this. Really, it is impossible to understand how the human mind has really woven their yarns all around and made these patterns to ruin themselves and ruin others. So, to worship Yogeshwara, we must know that our relationships with everyone in this world has to be pure. He played lots of things in his lifetime. The time when he came, the whole country was absolutely drowned into fanatic ideas about religion. If Freud was there, he would have said, oh, this is all nonsense. See, what's wrong? Go ahead. Krishna did not do that. He wanted to break all the nonsensical shackles of traditions and shackles of false fanaticism. But he did it in a very beautiful manner, keeping the relationship absolutely pure. Now, people ask questions, whether was he married to Radha? He's eternally married to her, doesn't matter. But he actually performed the marriage just the day he was born. He was brought by his father across the river and put down on the bank of the river. When Shri Brahmadeva himself came on this earth, that's why he wears a yellow thing always. As a blessing from Brahmadeva, he covered his lower part, lower than the waist, with a cloth. That's the sign. That's why He always wears the yellow. He himself came, made him into man, and married him to Radhaji. Then again he became a child, just to appear to be a child. Somebody may appear to be a child. To some of you, I appear like 16-year-old girl, as you say, but I'm not. Why? I may be, according to counting, might be 60 years of age, but I'm not. My age is eternal. I can't say what age is mine. It could be 2-year-old or it could be absolutely ancient. It could be anything. So, in his own life, whatever he did with the purity of understanding. So Radhaji was married to him first. And afterwards, when he came as a child, when he was a child, he did all kinds of pranks and things. It was nothing but Sahajayoga. It was not sitting like this and seriously telling about things. But with little bit here and there, he tried to improve their chakras and release their kundalini. Of course, realization was not possible in a game. You cannot do it. Supposing I just play about with you, you cannot get your realization. Because at the Sahasrara stage, you have to completely recognize. It has to be a game of serenity. Of course, you can just raise your hand and give realization to them. But you have to bring them to serene level. If you just came and said, all right, you now play about, it would be all finished. You have to sit down and meditate. So he has said it in Gita, you have to do it. So one could not say that all the time if you are playing, if you are just singing songs, or if you are in a very happy mood, a mirthful mood, then it's the end of Sahajayoga. It is not. It's a serious matter. So he did not give them realization, but he reduced the tension on their minds of the so-called dharma and its shackles of fanaticism, and he made it loose, and he wanted them to understand that dharma is not going to enslave. You have to rise above the dharma, become dharma itself. But Yogeshwara is to be worshipped with pure heart. In this atmosphere, can you do? You can't just help it. And all this is on. I mean, if you look at it, how gross, dirty, filthy the whole thing. To add to problems, psychologists have come forward. They themselves are affected by their methods and everything. They are so possessed. And their sense about morality is absolutely in complete confusion. No doubt about it. You know Freud, what happened to him? He was having relations with his mother. He couldn't even understand. I mean, imagine what a adharmi he must be. Horrible, wretched fellow. He did not even have that purity to understand relationship with a mother. I mean, imagine. It is such a clear-cut background of this man shows how wrong he must have been. Because what was in him? Such filth, such dirt, that he could not even look at his mother with clear. Must be all mud in his eyes, or I don't know what he must be like to see things like that. You are shaking with my vibrations all day. Now, when we think of him as Yogeshwara, that means we are yogis and he is our Ishvara. Ishvara is to be praised. Dhyayati. You have to praise. You have to praise him for his quality as Yogeshwara, because he is your Ishvara. So you have to praise him. Now, what praise can we give him? Today he is born. What should we do on such a great occasion when he is born? We have to decide that he is our Ishvara. He is the Ishvara aspect. And if he is our Ishvara, then we have to cleanse our attitude towards sex, towards the gross way of life that we have developed, to just shun it and throw it away. Absolutely. There cannot be compromise on that. Otherwise, you cannot be a yogi. You cannot be a yogi. You may become very powerful, maybe for the time being, because I play with you. You get ideas that you are very powerful and all that. That's not true. As my name is Nirmala, as my name is purity, you have to be pure yogis. Nobody says you should not marry. Nobody says you should not have proper sex relationships with your wives. That's not true. But that is one thing people may avoid and spoil it. But the other thing, which is the most important, is your attention to be pure of sex attractions, any kind. Your attention should never go to anything like that. You see, to me, I mean, I'm now supposed to be an old lady. I don't see things which normally people see. This is something surprising. See, I see something and I don't know what's happening, and everybody laughs at me in the house. See, they don't understand that how I didn't see the point. Or I don't understand these jokes, because the attention never goes into these dirty things, never goes into these things. I can't see till somebody tells me that this is this. But they have to explain 10 times. So all these sophisticated methods of nonsense and the filth and the dirt that we have accumulated here, please wash off your hands of that. That's one thing will not be tolerated in Sahajayoga. Every Sahajogi, I must tell. Itself, sex cannot be enjoyed. if you live like this. You cannot. You don't enjoy sex at all in this country. None of them. Only in a country where people are innocent you can enjoy. If you were enjoying, you would not run from one woman to another woman. You would not run from man to woman and man to man and then to all donkeys and all those things. It is impossible that you could be a yogi with all these dirty ideas. And then you cannot mature. Even a normal person won't mature. In India, a person who is about 40 years, he becomes a matured father. You leave any girl with him, anybody with him, he will not even get into his head that there's something could exist between them. Once you are married, it should not. I mean, I've seen my two son-in-laws, they never get these ideas into their head. So, try to put your attention into proper training, because your Ishvara is Yogeshvara. Now the other side of Shri Krishna, people do not know. It's a play, all right. But he is Samhara Shakti. He is the power of destruction. It's very good. He's there, comes with everything to protect us. But he also has got Sudarshan Chakra. Sudarshan. Su means auspicious. Darshan is vision. He gives us auspicious visions, you see. If you try tricks with him, that goes round your neck. And then you have auspicious darshans of yourself, that you are hanging in the air somewhere. So, Shri Krishna's methods, on one side, he is Leelamay, he is compassionate, he stands by his bhaktas, he comes on this earth to revive the dharma. If the dharma goes down, he comes to uplift it. Yada yada hi dharmasya. Wherever there is the decline of dharma. But dharma doesn't mean only corruption, it doesn't mean only honesty and dishonesty. Basically it means Muladhara. That is the beginning of the end. And he comes to Sasamsthapanarthaya again, to establish into the holy state. He comes on this earth to raise human beings to that level. This is what he does. So, if we are Sahajogis, we are part and parcel of his being. We are instrument into his working. So we have to establish dharma. But the one who has no dharma within himself, what dharma is he going to establish anyway? We have come on this earth
जय श्री माता जी। श्री आदिशक्ति का पूर्ण मंत्र लेते हैं। ओम त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवे नमो नमः। अब आरती की तैयारी करते हैं। आरती के लिए खड़े होंगे।
सुन लो, हो ये सके जो सेवा, हो ये सके जो सेवा हमसे करा देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। जय निर्मल माताजी, जय निर्मल माताजी, दिल में सदा रहना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना, माँ सबको दुआ देना। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी, श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी, श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्ष प्रदायिनी माताजी, श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी, श्री निर्मला देवी की जय।
परम पूज्य श्री माताजी, आज का सामूहिक ध्यान हम आपके श्री चरणों में समर्पित करते हैं। आज के ध्यान में आपने हमें निरानंद प्रदान कर हमें चैतन्य से आशीर्वादित किया, इसलिए हम आपके हृदय से ऋणी हैं। श्री माताजी, संपूर्ण विश्व में विश्व निर्मल धर्म प्रस्थापित करने हेतु कृपा कर हमें सहजयोग प्रचार प्रसार का शुद्ध एवं प्रभावी माध्यम बनाइए। श्री माताजी, हमारी सभी प्रार्थनाओं का स्वीकार कर हमें आशीर्वादित करने की कृपा करें। श्री माताजी, आपके श्री चरणों पर हमारा कोटि कोटि प्रणाम, कोटि कोटि प्रणाम, अनंत कोटि प्रणाम। जय श्री माताजी। सामूहिक बंदन। आज शाम का ध्यान शाम 6:30 बजे होगा। जय श्री माता जी। अब हम सहज संगीत का आनंद लेते हैं।
हम अज्ञानी कुछ भी न जाने, हम अज्ञानी कुछ भी न जाने, हिया पे कौन धरे, हिया पे कौन धरे। ओ माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे, मोरी माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे। जन्म जन्म की पूंजी पाई, जन्म जन्म की पूंजी पाई, धन धन भाग बढ़े, धन धन भाग बढ़े। ओ माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे, मोरी माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे। हम अज्ञानी कुछ भी न जाने, हम अज्ञानी कुछ भी न जाने, हिया पे कौन धरे, हिया पे कौन धरे। ओ माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे, मोरी माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे। माने, वस्तु अमोलक दी मोरी माने। जन्मों के पुण्य फले, जन्मों के पुण्य फले, तो माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे, मोरी माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे। हम अज्ञानी कुछ भी न जाने, हम अज्ञानी कुछ भी न जाने, हिया पे कौन धरे, हिया पे कौन धरे, तो माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे, मोरी माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे। जिसकी नैया माँ के हवाले, जिसकी नैया माँ के हवाले, तूफान से काहे डरे, तूफान से काहे डरे, ओ माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे, मोरी माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे। हम अज्ञानी कुछ भी न जाने, हम अज्ञानी कुछ भी न जाने, हिया पे कौन धरे, हिया पे कौन धरे, ओ माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे, मोरी माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे। परम धाम भई आत्मा हमरी, परम धाम भई आत्मा हमरी, श्री माँ के चरण धरे, श्री माँ के चरण धरे, ओ माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे, मोरी माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे। हम अज्ञानी कुछ भी न जाने, हम अज्ञानी कुछ भी न जाने, हिया पे कौन धरे, हिया पे कौन धरे, तो माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे, मोरी माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे। सुरती जागी जब से हमारी, सुरती जागी जब से हमारी, हिया में सुगंध भरे, हिया में सुगंध भरे, ओ माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे, मोरी माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे। हम अज्ञानी कुछ भी न जाने, हम अज्ञानी कुछ भी न जाने, हिया पे कौन धरे, हिया पे कौन धरे, ओ माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे, मोरी माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे, मोरी माँ बिन करुणा कौन करे। मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में, मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में। मैं रहता मगन माँ की धुन में, मैं रहता मगन माँ की धुन में। मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में, मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में। मन मंदिर में ज्योति जगी है, मन मंदिर में ज्योति जगी है। माँ के नाम से शक्ति जगी है, माँ के नाम से शक्ति जगी है। माँ के प्रेम की हम पे है छाया, माँ के प्रेम की हम पे है छाया। मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में, मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में। हाथों से बहे अमृत धारा, हाथों से बहे अमृत धारा। गिरते हुओं को माँ ने दिया है सहारा, गिरते हुओं को माँ ने दिया है सहारा। निरानंद में बहे जीवन धारा, निरानंद में बहे जीवन धारा। मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में, मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में। अमृत से भरी जीवन गागल, अमृत से भरी जीवन गागल। जब से मिला है माँ के प्रेम का सागर, जब से मिला है माँ के प्रेम का सागर। दर्श से माँ के हम हो गए पावन, दर्श से माँ के हम हो गए पावन। मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में, मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में। मैं रहता मगन माँ की धुन में, मैं रहता मगन माँ की धुन में। मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में, मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में। मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में, मेरा मन तो रंगा माँ के रंग में। मेरा मन